I always found something weird about Sasuke Aizen. It wasn't the fact that he already sounded kind of sus to me, especially the way that he speaks to Ichigo, but it was something about his mannerisms and the way he talks so highly about himself. I always felt like it was kind of weird, and I did a little bit of research on him, and I found out that out of the hundreds of thousands of years that this man's lived, he's never clapped cheeks in a day in his life. Let's talk about it. What's good, it's your boy Crossup, aka your best average gamer, and don't worry guys, we're not going to be talking about Aizen's little side life and whatever he does by himself, but what we're here to talk about is Aizen coming up in Bleach Rebirth of Souls and his transformations, because the way that it seems like with this game is there's going to be multiple characters depending on who we're talking about, and for Aizen, it seems like he's going to get just more than one slot for himself. As of right now on my roster, I have Aizen as two separate characters, and I'm going to be sticking with that throughout this video, but there are some topics I want to talk about for this character specifically, especially since there's going to be Awakening and Reawakenings, and we kind of see how that works, especially with someone like Ukiyoda and Vasto Lord Ichigo, so I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into Aizen and how that's going to work for him. So right now guys, I'm going to have you guys enter my easy mind so you guys can understand and see what I think Aizen's going to be like in Bleach Rebirth of Souls, especially for his transformations and why I came up with only 2 slots for Aizen in the main roster. So initially I thought he was going to be 3 different characters, and that was because of, you know, him being a captain. He was already in the Soul Society. Everyone thought that he was on his side until that one and fateful day when Ichigo decided to infiltrate the Soul Society, and they were pretty much the big distraction for Aizen to do his thing, and we found out that he was the main antagonist throughout the entire show. Now here's my real problem with Aizen just being a separate slot as a captain. He didn't really fight anybody. Like, is him going against Ichigo and stopping his blade with a finger really much of a fight? Nah, I don't think so. That's why I think we're gonna see this version of Aizen, but we're not gonna be able to really play him. If anything, he could just be a costume for the actual Aizen we're actually using, but he's not gonna be his own separate character, but we're most likely gonna just see him in either the cutscenes or story mode and kind of just that aspect. And trust me, it sounds a little complicated, but it's not. To keep it simple, I don't think that the Captain Aizen is going to be someone that we're able to play. If he is, he's just going to be a costume specifically for the Aizen that the captains went against in the fake Karakura Town. So I guess the real question is for Aizen, where does it start for him? Where is his base form? And not only that, is he going to have an Awakening and a Reawakening? And to tell you guys, I think for both of the Aizens that I believe are going to make it to the base roster, I have a feeling that they're both going to have an Awakening and a Reawakening, just like Ichigo. Now, of course, for Aizen's first slot, if it isn't obvious enough, it's just going to be him in his base form using his Shikai Kyuga Soigetsu, kind of manipulating his opponents. If anything, they might just make Aizen a little bit more of a counter character with him being mid to long range, a little bit like Tozen, but a lot better, giving him more of that control factor to where the opponents won't be able to keep up with him, and it has nothing to do with speed. Now, for his Awakening form, he's going to transform using the Hoyogoku, going into that fully whited helmet version of the Hoyogoku state, which honestly looks super ugly to me, but what this form is most likely going to do is kind of give him a little bit more of strength, because he's going to be relying a little bit more onto his spiritual pressure and not so much of his Shikai, because he no longer uses his Shikai in this form. So he's probably going to get more beneficial from using his Hados and kind of chaining off of that and making his combos a little bit more diverse in what he can do, especially when it comes into the actual combo aspect of this game. Now for the Reawakening, it's going to be when his helmet kind of crumbles down and he's becoming more one with the Hoyogoku, and I love this form so much better than the last. But if you've ever played Bleach Soul Resurrection, you know that this form is completely slow. So I can see him hitting even harder than his Awakening form, but it's going to be super ridiculously slow, to the point where it's like you're going to be able to keep up with him, but because he's super slow, it's going to be annoying to go against this character, just because the timing isn't going to be there for you. And you know, you've played games where going against a slow character kind of just messes you up, kind of like Dalsim in Street Fighter. Okay, so now this is where it gets a little interesting, because I believe that this next version of Aizen is going to start off in the Reawakening. as the first Aizen. And it's kind of like Ichigo in Vassal where he starts off his Bunkai compared to the other Ichigo where his Bunkai is his awakening. So because we've already seen this happen before, I have a feeling it's just going to be the same thing with Aizen. Now all we need is for the awakening to be the butterfly form. If they do that, first of all, in this game, and they give us a full 3 transformations for Aizen, I'm going to love this game. I'm dead ass. I already think this is going to be my favorite arena fighters of all time. But if they can do this for Aizen, this is just going to be a success. I don't see anything like less from this game. They already gave us all the forms of Ukiyo-e. That already made me so happy. I'm already excited based off of that. And the fact that they gave us Ichigo from Bunkai to the Visored and to Vasto Lorde, dude, what else could I ask for? Just do this, guys. You guys have this. Give us the butterfly for the awakening, and for the reawakening, give us the fully holified version of Aizen when the Hoyogoku just takes control. That would be the perfect Aizen. That is something that we need for this game that we don't get in anything else. This would just be something that would just blow my mind. First of all, they already blew my mind once again with this one. And Nell, dude, this game is too good, and I can just see it now where Aizen is probably just top tier. Both versions are probably going to be top tier just because it's Aizen, first of all. And it won't even be something based off of speed. It's just going to be strength, because Aizen really isn't a speed character. He's more of a like smart tactical character. But that would just be the first version of Aizen, with the second version just being straight power, just clapping cheeks, because you know he finally needs his one time, because he can't stay a virgin his entire life. But hey, if you guys like the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the post notification, because it's your boy Crossup. If I crossed you up once, I can do it again. Peace.